Hey guys, welcome back to the Comicave. I'm Zach.
And I'm Thomas. Today we're going to be finishing the Comicave week by looking at the second half of the DC movies coming out soon.
Yeah, stick around for it.
Okay, so we got up to The Flash last time,
yes,
at the very start of the week, and we're going to keep going, and this is going to be our last one, so
yes.
It's a big
the end of the Comicave week.
Okay, that sounds really lame. So we can start off with Aquaman. This movie needed to happen. Aquaman's got some really bad stuff from the public, and he's such a cool character. So this is going to be like DC's Avatar mixed with Thor-ish kind of character.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
I mean, you're in Atlantis. Why would you not use the best visuals of all time?
It's gonna look beautiful. It has to look beautiful. Now we have to mention the fact that Jason Momoa is cast finally announced as being Arthur Curry / Aquaman, and hell yeah,
we're cool with that. So yeah, looking forward to this movie. Nothing more really to say about it.
This is the one I asked for. Remember, I said this is the movie I'm most looking forward to if they ever announce it, and that is true right now. They need to make like a Throne of Atlantis.
It's a big statement.
Yes.
All right.
Almost more than Justice League. Just saying.
Almost more. You
said
almost.
Almost.
Okay. Then we have Shazam.
Yes. Yes.
Shazam.
Sure.
Well, we know Dwayne The Rock Johnson's going to be playing Black Adam. Black Adam's an awesome character. I hope he shows up beforehand in the DC universe.
Like in Justice League or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's a great character, and
The Rock.
He's The Rock.
I
And
like The Rock.
That's a big thing to have in your universe. So
and
why wouldn't you use the awesome character that is Black Adam?
Yeah, exactly. Will he have hair? Who knows? No, it's not going to grow hair. Probably from all the steroids. Anyway.
I don't know. A few versions of the character hasn't had hair.
Oh, yeah, so it makes sense, sure. I'm excited for that movie.
Justice.
I'm really excited for that movie. I've heard that it's made by New Line Cinemas and not Warner Brothers directly, which I'm fine about. I mean, they do need someone else to take on the burden. And yeah, we'll just move on.
Yep.
Straight into
Justice League Part 2.
Now, this is why I am kind of worried. Avengers Part 2 of the Infinity Wars in the same year. Before, which also might take away money from Shazam, seeing as how he's such a lesser known character.
See all the old people going in to see Shazam. I used to know this property back when it was beat Superman and Batman and comic book sales. So that's gonna be epic. I'm gonna drag my grandfather and put him in front of it, and my dad. That's be great.
It's gonna be hopefully amazing. It's gonna.
Back to Justice League. Sorry,
yeah, Justice League. We didn't mention in the last video that we did mention, but we didn't really talk about Ezra Miller's The Flash, and I'm actually excited for it. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, the whole casting, it's interesting. Ezra Miller, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa.
Like you think
Gal Gadot, who knows who else for the other characters at least.
You see these characters, like you hear their names and you just can't see them working together, right? You're like, these are really weird names. They're like some guy from America, another guy from England, some guy who's African American, some woman from Israel, and Jason Momoa from like Hawaii or something, wherever he's from. And it's like, what's going on here? Then you see them.
Who takes that into account? I'm sorry. Who knows where actors are from? You're weird. You're really weird. Anyway,
then you see them all together, and you're like, they look like a team.
They do. It's going to be a Justice League. Justice League have always had this kind of huge, but also a little bit diverse feel. Even back in the days when it was the Trinity and Flash and Green Lantern, there was still a diversity in what the characters were. And I think in Justice League we're definitely going to see the diversity of the characters.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the whole team works together. It's a very diverse team, like we keep mentioning.
By the time we get to Part 2, we may even have more Justice Leaguers than we already know about.
Yeah.
We could have Shazam could be in it, and you could even have, anybody. You could have Martian Manhunter, you could have Green Arrow, you could have anybody, so it's going to be interesting.
Move on?
Yeah.
Cyborg is the next one, I believe.
Yeah, Cyborg was an interesting movie. I'm not looking forward to it. I've never been a huge fan of Cyborg by himself, and frankly, in things like Teen Titans, he's okay. But they've really shoved Cyborg down your face lately, which isn't always a bad thing. They've done it with millions of other characters before. I've never found a reason to connect with Cyborg.
I don't really know much about him other than the New 52. Like, I didn't watch the Teen Titans when I was young. I didn't read the Teen Titans. I don't think I've read any Teen Titans with Cyborg in it. So New 52 is where I was pretty much introduced to him. And I don't know, he's a better character, I think, in New 52. Like you say, he was alright in Teen Titans. I'd say he became more of a character in
He's still been a supporting character, though.
Yeah, I know.
And never had his own villains or supporting cast except for like his father, and they need more.
That's why I think it should be Cyborg and the Metal Man. And not just Cyborg.
I'd go for Cyborg and the Teen Titans, but...
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool.
It's not going to happen, Metal Man's cool. I like Metal Man. They recently did a story with those two characters, and that was a good story.
Yeah. Who was the villain in that?
It was Grid, who is a very interesting character, one that would be very difficult to use.
Yeah, okay.
It's influence of the crime syndicate, and then they hacked Cyborg's body, took it off Cyborg. Cyborg got a new body, and then they fought each other. So that actually could happen, and he was really interesting, and it's kind of like fighting yourself, kind of, there's things in that, who knows.
Yeah.
Then we look at the last movie, which is Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Assuming you want to talk about this for a little
while.
while.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Green Lantern, who should we put in the Green Lantern? Hal Jordan?
I'd say Jon Stewart would make people more happy.
I don't want Jon Stewart though. Like, as cool as he is, you need Hal Jordan to have Jon Stewart. And
which is why I think this movie should have more than one Earth Green Lantern.
Yes, I'm thinking have all of them except for either Simon Baz or Kal Rayner.
Yeah.
And if it's Kal Rayner, then shove Simon Baz out of it. He's not needed here.
No offense to Simon Baz.
No, he's
alright.
He's actually really interesting. Anyway, they should have those three or those four really experienced Green Lanterns, and then have this new guy and have it from his point of view, his perspective. Kal Rayner or Simon Baz, because they're both really interesting, and have it from their point of view, training to become.
Which means you can have an established Green Lantern. You can have an established Green Lantern in the former Justice League movies, and then explain more in this Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
But also not get too hung up on this is what a Green Lantern is, this is how the ring works, say the oath, etc. Have all that cool stuff, but have it in a way that makes sense and is still moving forward.
Yeah, don't shove it all in our face, but just make it work. Like, anyway, there's actually 2 more movies that we didn't really. It doesn't have a date yet, so we don't know.
Yeah.
There's Superman movie and the Batman movie.
They're going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to happen. They've said that they may happen anytime throughout
until 2020.
I'm guessing about 2018-ish.
Yeah.
Batman, and maybe the same for Superman.
Probably 1 year apart.
Yeah.
See, I think they do have a date, and I think they already know when they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But they're like, these supporting characters like Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, they're going to make enough buzz, right? So we'll just release those. But we know that Batman and Superman will create buzz on their own.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's release these movies first.
Let's release a picture detailing the storyline when Avengers comes out. We should totally do that. I'm sorry, but Marvel's essentially released their movies immediately after DC did that.
Yeah. So wait a bit. They're gonna wait a bit, and then they're gonna tell us when Batman and Superman get their individual movies.